to break things down, like I'm talking to a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old. Now, when you talk about title documentation in real estate, we talk about what is that thing that you can call document, something you can use to recognize a particular estate or property. Yes. Like we say, okay, like you know what title is. We give people title. But in this case now, it has to do with document. Something that you can say is attached to a particular property. Now, I break it down. You have a property. It's not enough to buy a property. It's not enough to say, I own a property.
That's true.
What makes you the owner? What shows that this particular property rightfully belongs to you, either sold to you or given to you?
That's true. Even a gift.
As a gift, yes. Because there are different ways of owning properties. Yes, we have different ways of acquiring property. You can acquire property by property transfer. That's transfer of property. You can acquire property by direct purchase. You can acquire property by donation.
That's true.
You can acquire property by different ways. Yes, and all these are different ways which people have been able to acquire property. But you see, it's not enough to say you acquire this property through this means. What shows that you are the rightful owner or that property really belongs to you is the title document.
Absolutely true.
Yes, it's the title document. So it does not matter how you get the document, but what shows that the channel through which you got the document is yours is the title document.
That's very, very necessary. The only thing that shows a property rightfully belongs to you is the title document that the property has. It must carry your name.
Yeah.
So that is title documentation. That's absolutely correct, man. Thank you for that wonderful answer to this question. If you're listening to us right now, this is still Jordan 105.5 FM and it's still the Real Estate Revolution show. All right. So now you understand what a title document is. Property Madam has just taken us on a ride on what a title documentation is. The second question I would like to ask you quickly is, I know you want to break this down. I really want you to break it down according to the titles and their importance. So what are the different types of title documentation we have? Different types of title documents we have in the real estate market and their importance. Different types of title document we have in the real estate market and their importance.
Okay, we have different types of title documents. Like I said, we have different ways in which people get properties. The first one I would like to mention is the deed of assignment. In fact, let me start from the importance of title documents. Title documents are very, very important. Like I said, what title document is that document that helps you know that this particular property belongs to Mr. A or Mr. B. All right? Or something that can show the ownership of the property. Let me use that word. And it also go a long way to help us know the history of a particular property. Now, for instance, deed of assignment is one major property title document that I would like to mention. Or let me start from receipt.
Okay, yes.
Let me start from receipt. It's one of those documents too that you can acquire through in real estate. When you buy a property, especially, I'll dwell more on direct purchase now.
Okay.
Yes, because for purchase or for transfer of property, like I said, you can get property by transfer of property, you can get property by donation, you can get property by direct purchase. So majorly what people are used to is direct purchase. If you're doing if you're buying a property from someone, you get a receipt that shows that you've purchased a particular property, depending on where you're buying from anyway. So if you're buying, after buying and getting a receipt, you get the document that shows that whoever sold to you has transferred ownership to you. You get that document and it's called deed of assignment. Then after that, I encourage people to move further and register a particular, aside the deed of assignment saying that Mr. A who owns the property has transferred the ownership to you, signed by him, signed by you, prepared by a lawyer. you move ahead and say, okay, what other documents do I need? You have to register that document in your name. Yes. So you can go ahead and do a survey.
Okay.
You can go ahead and do a survey in your name. Some don't mind, some just leave it the way it is and say, okay, I have deed of assignment, what else?
Is it good that way?
Well, it's not too safe.
It
Yes,
is not.
it's not safe.
That's
The truth. It's not safe because if you have a property, it's just like you have a child. Let that child bear your name. Let the child bear your name. Let the property bear your name. And
Okay,
it's
let me
safer.
just ask this question. It just came to my mind right now. Sorry to cut you short there. You mentioned receipts. You mentioned deed of assignment, contract of sales. Let me just say, we've been talking about title document. What is not title document in the real estate market?
Okay, let me go by saying that I like to say that when you talk about title documents, we should talk more about something verifiable. We should talk about a document that can be verified. And when we talk about a document that can be verified, we're talking about a document that you can enter the land and in Lagos State or whatever state and make a search.
That was the question I was about asking. Verified
Yes.
where?
Verified, of course.
The
you
Ministry
go to
of Land, right?
Yes, you go to the Ministry of Land to verify. A lot of people don't even know that that office is open to them.
That's true.
You can enter there and say, I want to verify. You should have a survey, and somebody gives you, because there are so many surveys. There are some surveys that are just prepared and not lodged. They are just
They are provisional.
They are provisional.
So they don't hold water.
Yes, it's not like they are not bad. Let me not say. Let me
It's not just been registered.
Yes, they are not bad because it helps you know the
perimeter,
the coordinate of the land, the location, the address.
But the actual fact is that it's not logged
It's
in
not
the Ministry of Land.
So such survey cannot be verified.
That's true.
Because if you get to the Ministry of Land, they will tell you we don't have the record. Why?
That's
because it wasn't registered.
And we had this news. Someone did the same thing you just mentioned, Property Madam, had a provisional survey for some time, for some years, and someone else on the same land. The property was sold to someone else, and the person registered, did a survey on that land again and registered it in the Ministry of Land, and they had issues at the end of the day. And the person who registered that, the second buyer, won the case at the end of the day because it was the one who registered the.
In most cases, even the lawyer will tell you that when a case like this is brought to them, they consider the early. The date. They use the date. I don't want to use their language now. They use the older dates most times win the case. So if you're coming in 2022 to tender a case of you owning a property or a survey, and you have a document that is reading 2022 for instance, and we have a registered copy saying that this land has been registered by so in 2020 or say 2015. So it is the person who registered in 2015 that we know.
But this case is quite different. Someone just did a provisional survey, more like a sketch. You've done the survey, you didn't register, and someone out, maybe you did that in 2020. Someone came in 2022 on the same land, did a survey and register in his own name.
How did it get? The question I'll ask is the person who did who registered the land. How did he get to own the land? Did he buy from you?
From someone.
Buy.
When this is not inside an estate.
It was fraud kind of.
It was sold to the person by the homeowners, the families that sell land in that environment. Sold it to somebody and sold it to another person as well. And the other person did the registration, not knowing someone else already bought. But the second person who bought the property did the registration, and the property belonged to him.
Oh no.
How sad.
That's a very sad one.
That is why you must have a title documentation. It is very sad.
It's very, very important for people to just register whatever land you have.
True.
Please go ahead and do the documentation.
Plot, 200 square meters.
It does not matter what size of the land. You see, many people will tell you, why do you want to waste money? Is it not too expensive? How much did you buy the land? How much are they collecting from you? The truth of the matter is, once you have your registered document on that land, your land appreciates. And one of the importance of title document is it helps the land to increase in value. The land appreciates. So whenever anyone tells you that we're telling you register or have a registered or a verifiable title document does not mean that we're trying to just make you spend unnecessary money. Rather, we're trying to save you a future pain.
That's true.
And it's very, very important. Any like when most people would ask questions like, why is it that house A, the same structure, house B, with the same structure with house B, and house B is selling and the selling is at a higher rate than house A. Most of the time when you check the title document, they may even be on the same street, they may be
side by side.
But the title, if house A is having survey, for instance, or deed of assignment, and house B is having C of O, house B is going to sell much more than house A. Why? Because of the importance of title document. People tend to believe you more. People tend to feel safe, and the truth is safer.
It is.
It's safer. You save your head, save the head of whoever is buying.
Save your investment.
Yes. So it's very, very important if we're buying any property, and that's why most times when people say, well, we say come and buy in a real estate company, and they tell you are paying for survey, and some people say, why do I have to pay for survey? Why do I have to pay for survey? And the question I ask is, okay, people, if only we can think about the future. We won't bother ourselves on some things we bother ourselves about, because the truth of the matter is, if you want to build a house, for instance, especially in Lagos State that I live, you would need building approval, sir.
Very important.
And for you to get building approval, there are processes, and your title documents are one of those things that they will look into. So if you don't have survey, what do you want to even use to do your architectural design in the first place?
So that to start from there.
To now say, okay, you now have structural.
You now want to get
approval. Yes, now want to say you want to proceed to get approval. So those things will limit you. Why not go ahead and do what you have to do? Now we have different zones in Lagos State.
Yeah.
And I think people need to know that, because sometimes when you tell them you're paying survey in this place, you're paying 500,000, you're paying survey in this place, you're paying 350, and then you hear things like, why?
In some area, prime location, why someone under general
Lagos State already zoning, so they will tell you this zone to this zone, this is the amount you're paying.
And this is
survey.
obtainable online as well.
You can always make your
information.
This zone to this zone is so amount. So you just have to prepare your mind. That's why I would tell people, whenever you're buying a property, you are not only paying for the land.
That's just the basic pay. You're buying a land for 20k. There are other things you're supposed to pay for. Very important.
Other things. Even though some people will not tell you, we are telling you here that you don't only pay for land, you will also pay for documentation. If you're buying in a real estate company, buying from a real estate company, you will pay for developmental.
We keep seeing this around during the Ember months, when we hear own a plot or own a house for as low as 25,000 naira, and everybody believes, oh, when I pay 25k, okay, so they will give me, or how much do I need to pay?
Give you a cow.
It's strange, and they will still give you something again when you pay 25k, and you do not ask the right questions. What are the things I need to pay for? What is the balance I'm supposed to pay? Most of these things are very important. You've mentioned so many things today, but I wanted to mention quickly before we go to the importance of those title documentation. Mention the title documentation we have.
Okay, let me start from, I already mentioned deed of assignment.
Yes.
Survey. So another one is survey. That survey helps you to know your boundary. So the surveyor comes on your land, picks the four corners, or whatever corner you have there. So they pick the coordinates of your boundaries. Boundaries, you should know boundaries, of course, I don't have to explain boundaries. Boundaries are, that's the demarcation of your land, the limits of your land. Yeah, the beginning to the end of your land. Let me just break it down like that. So boundaries, the pick of the boundaries, and for every of those boundaries there are coordinates. Once the pick the coordinates is being prepared, like put on the paper, the surveyor does that. So the surveyor will do that for you. So they put that on a record, and then they register it for you. Yes, they register the lands, and then you have it with you, your name, the location, the surveyor's signature, and the coordinates are on the survey. It usually comes in a particular form of paper, not clothes. It's always very when you see it, you just know this is survey. All right, and the next one I would like to mention is CFO, certificate of occupancy. Yes, certificate of occupancy is being issued on a land. It's like the next step after survey. Yes.
Okay.
And it's very important for you to have it because it simply shows that you have been certified as the owner of that land. And in most cases, when there are issues of government wanting to use a particular property, or maybe they feel, okay, now we need this place, can you please move, or whatever reason, that document
guarantees your compensation.
Yeah, that document helps in most cases for you to get compensated. Okay. And then for that, and from that I'll move to, and then I need to mention also that CFO also expires.
That's true.
100 years, of course. It's still a long year.
It looks long, right?
Yeah, it's a long
I've seen
year.
properties sold to people at when it was almost 99 years. And someone bought, without knowing.
CFO.
And they told you that's a CFO.
You'll go and renew.
You'll be the one to renew now.
Yes, you'll go and renew. I think you renew and start your own 100 years. At least you have another 100. Yes, we have another 100 years to use. So, and then after that, after CFO is governor's consent, because CFO is only issued to one person in a lifetime. So on any property you're buying, once it has CFO, just know that that name that has been registered cannot be registered again. But what you can now do to register that particular property against your name and under that CFO is to do governor's consent.
Yeah.
Yes, is to do governor's consent, and then the governor's consent is like you're trying to let the government know that the new owner has come. I have purchased this property from Mr. DG. Now it is my turn to own this property. So what it does is it helps you register that particular property against your name. Okay, because the CFO cannot be issued to you. So what will be issued to you is governor's consent.
The name must change and you now have your right.
Yes, document. So the name changes and then you have your document. I think we should also mention accession. Yes, accession is another title document, but in most cases it is usually given to a village, a particular village or community.
That's true.
I use the word community because
for an individual.
Yes, it's not just for an individual. And people need to know this because some people will tell you, they said it has accession. They said it has accession. And the question I'll ask is, it has accession. Have you confirmed?
Accession in process.
That one can be dangerous.
It's something else very dangerous.
People need to know because there are sometimes some accession in process are also actually accession in process, because we discovered that in the last few years accession has not been signed.
It takes a longer period,
and even though they are not supposed to be delayed, because the way accession comes is, when you say you excised something, under the law it is believed that the whole land is owned by the government. So don't forget we have indigents.
That's true.
That
they were the previous owner
before the government.
That's true.
All right, that is the law. Which wasn't, So now we're saying the government is coming here into this community, and they're saying that this particular portion of land is what we have set aside for ourselves. All right, for ourselves, for this particular, for development. Let me use that word, because when you say for ourselves, so it is for development.
That's true.
So most of the time they have that place set aside. So the remaining part of the land is what is released to the indigent. Let's use the word indigent or the community. So that part that is released to the community or the indigent is called excised land. So the document most times is, some call it accession, but in most cases when it's been released like that, it is being gazetted.
It's quoted inside the gazette.
Yes, so they put it in the gazette. So it's like a record.
That's
So
cool.
you can always check and say, if somebody wants to sell a land to you at Tabo Tabo hometown, for instance. So, and somebody is saying, it has a session. Say it has a session. Go there, pick the code, then go and check.
Confirm this.
Confirm from the gazette. Is it recorded? Is just so that you know it's not under government acquisition. So most times a session helps you to get out of something that is under
An
government
acquisition. That is where.
so you get out of you save your head of problem
under the global
yes, where you have global excision. Excision is usually for a large expanse of land.
So I guess excision is given to a land that is under a global acquisition, but not on a committed acquisition.
Not on a committed acquisition.
Because that is a noble area.
In most cases, it's just that you see, let's not just go deep because if we go deep, you see, on a normal day, every community by now should have a layout under a well-developed organization, a well-developed nation. You should by now, we should already know where the terrains where you can strike.
And Lagos has that anyway.
You know.
People just need to know. You just need to. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, Lagos have, but not all. You know, we still have some that have been pending for 4 years, 5 years, and they are
the likes of
waiting.
Ibejuleki,
Especially
Ibejuleki,
there are some particular areas
that you don't just jump at. I got some
some
documents
particular-
today, and I felt like Ibejuleki. Okay, I need to confirm some things. Very, very important.
So there are some particular areas that by now should have a session.
That's true.
The truth of the matter is they are not under government acquisition. They've been waiting for a session. You know, you said this particular propulsion is what you're using for development. Release a session for this people. Like the Egyptians, release them and let them go.
So we are still waiting.
Some people are still waiting for 4 years and waiting 5 years.
That's very
But
true.
there is a possibility that the government will release it
All right.
because we believe they should release
I like the word possibilities.
Possibility.
Definitely. But one thing I know is that most of the time when government even releases this land to this indigene, they don't release what you apply for. If you're applying for say 50 hectares, maybe they release 20 hectares, and that's been the issue with most of the companies that bought properties and sold out say 50 hectares. Issues with excellent project. All right, you've said so much, property madam, today. I'll open the call line so that people can start asking their questions from you right now. You want to talk to property madam right here in the studio, you have some questions with some area or location, or you have some property you bought and you had some issues, property madam is here to answer all the questions. And if you want to buy properties that are safe, property madam is here to offer you the best and guaranteed properties and in the good locations. All right, you can start calling us right now on 0906 3352 is the number you can call right now. We'll pick your call right now on 0906 3352, or you can call 00722 14389, 00722 14389, or 09060003352. Let's pick this call right now. Hello, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from AIC area.
All right, can you reduce the volume on your radio set so we can have a smooth conversation?
Okay, let me leave with you.
Oh, that's better. All right, you can go ahead.
My question is this. You know, when in 1998 we bought a land behind AIC. So, they say it's
You're still close. You can feel the echo right now. You're still very close to your radio, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you move it away, or just can switch it off and use this via your phone?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly. Okay, your name is what
So
again?
we bought a land at near AIC area.
Okay, AIT.
So that survey plan, we don't know. You know, in this land was somehow they want to do guns or somehow. So they have to cut out of the Omonile land to us. So I've been finding a way to make a survey plan. What can I do?
Bring up the question again. What's the question exactly here?
I want to find a way to do a survey plan
Okay, for
the
for
property you bought from
AIC
Omboni.
area.
okay. So
So it was the told us it's a village extension. We don't know how far it is because when somebody will collect money from us, they will say they are going to help us do the find it.
Okay, I get
So
that.
what can I do now?
All right, Property Madam is here. All right, listen to us, ma'am. All right.
Okay. Oh, all right. For that kind of property, like I think he said, is on a village decision.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Around AIT
Around
Alagbado.
AIT Alagbado. So what our advice is, after the show, you call this number, and then we would give you step by step what to do for you to get your land registered. If the land is not under government acquisition,
and the kind of government acquisition it is matters anyway.
yeah, so it is safe. We can register it for you. In fact, we have experts on the show that can help you register your survey. That shouldn't be a problem. Registering survey shouldn't be a problem. If the land is okay, is in a good location.
That's true. That's perfect right now. So you have no cause for alarm. Property Madam just told you we have you covered. You want to register that land and you've been having issues here and there. All you need to do is call the number I'm going to give right now, and we will find a way to help you make this happen. That is what Jordan 105.5 do through our experts on the show. We have registered surveyors that can help you do this without stress. All right, you can call after the show or send an SMS to us. Let us know exactly what you want on 080 51949792. You want to register your survey, or you want to survey that land and get it registered. All you need to do is call 08051949792, or you can call 070-803-84939. You know, it's very important. This is what we're discussing today, or even yesterday. The first thing you need to know is do a chart on that land, confirm the status of that land. If it is free, it's easier. You do your survey. If it is not free, if it under one acquisition or the other, we'll confirm for you to know the status of your land. Then from there we'll move to the next level of registration. All right, so now let's be talking about, from where the ma'am just talked now, the importance of the documentation. First, let's go to the survey plan. Very important. What is the importance of the survey plan? How important is it is to title documentation of ownership, or property ownership rather?
Well, so like I said earlier, when you have your survey, the survey helps you to know your boundary. One of the importance of survey is for you to know your boundaries. Okay, this is my land. Because I've seen a case where someone, okay, for instance, there was a client that I did, I bought a property for. Send him the survey. It's not even in the country. Send the survey to him. So what he did was to give an engineer the survey. So the engineer with the survey was able to locate where the land is without you my involvement. You see, that helps to know, because it has a coordinate. There is something he is looking for.
As much as you know the location.
Yes, and that's how you know if someone has done a good job for you. Because from the coordinates on that land, and how do I even get it? Was when I visited the area that I even got to know that if they started, I sent someone to start working on the land.
All right, let's pick this call as well. Hi, oh my.
Hello?
Good evening to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Alaji Latif Folami.
All right, welcome on the show, Alaji. What can we do for you today?
I appreciate Madam very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, she knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
Because I'm into property also.
All right.
Then there's a question I want to ask.
Go ahead, sir.
Number one, this excision, research, CFO, what are the differences?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for calling. That is amazing, Alaji Latif. The question is that the differences between an excision, a gazette. I know you just mentioned the excision and the difference it is to a gazette and the C of O. So we have a C of O, the excision, and a gazette.
Okay, I would explain again. Excision is usually given to a community, or some will say a particular village. Like she called and she was saying she knows the particular village has excision. So it's usually given to a community. So because for every community, there is a particular portion of the land that the government is entitled to. Even though they said the government is the owner of the whole property.
Since the act was enacted in
According
1978.
to, yes, according to law, government owns the land. So they need some particular portion of the land for development and the plan that the government have.
I'm sorry, people just need to talk to you. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, good evening. All right, I do want to call back on 090-6000-3352. You want to talk to Property Madam right here in the studio? She's here. Call 090-6000-3352. Okay.
All right, so accession is usually given to a community. Yes, after the government has been able to cut out the particular land that is theirs. So for certificate of occupancy, which is C of O.
I guess every land that accession is given to is either under an acquisition.
Global acquisition. So global acquisition.
I guess that's the major difference now.
Yes.
Before you can get an acquisition, it must be under an acquisition. Global.
Global is a global.
It can be free. It can be
yes,
released.
Yes. So it is the ones that are released to the
That is
particular
excised
community.
now.
Yeah, that is excised and of course lodged in the Gazette.
Okay.
So do we have a gun?
Go ahead. I'm not here right now.
Okay. So
I need people to hear that.
So the certificate of occupancy is issued in your name. Now note that accession is usually issued in the name of the community. All right, the community, but the certificate of occupancy is usually issued
An
in
individual.
an individual
That
or a company on the owner of the land. You know, one person cannot own a community. It's not possible. So you have different clans.
So an individual
different
cannot get an
family.
acquisition.
An individual cannot get accession. You cannot tell us you are the owner of
The community.
a community. So usually accession is usually in the name of a community. The certificate of occupancy is usually in the name of an individual or a company. So I think that should.
That's perfect.
Yes, that's
perfect.
The
And an acquisition is when it's given, is quoted in the record book called the Gazette.
Called Gazette, yes.
That's perfect.
So I think that should.
Absolutely.
What
I'm so allergic that you got that right now. That it is absolutely correct, right? The way you put it, an acquisition is quoted in a record book called the Gazette, while the CFO is given to an individual. Keep calling. I'll pick the call. I guess it's the network I'm trying to pick right here. Keep calling 090-6000-3352. We have so many properties that have good title documentation already. Most especially around Ekpe. I was at Ekpe on Thursday. It was massive. Different projects.
We have Grace City selling. Grace City selling for 1.2 million naira.
At the moment.
Yes, for 500 square meter, and the 300 square meter selling for 700.
Okay, sorry, keep calling.
Square meter. 300 square meters selling for 700,000 naira. And like you've always said, in fact, I saw the news today that the airport at Lekki, that's around the Ekpe axis, has been commissioned.
Exactly. This is starting fully by January. This is confirmed already.
So, and then, you know, it's something that even the federal government is proud of.
That's a development coming big time.
Happy about it. So we have so many property around Ekpe. Like there are some very close to the airport.
Some close to the seaport.
Some close to the seaport.
Some to the largest food market in the whole of Africa.
Yes,
right there.
yes. That's another one. And after that, the news of the largest food market.
That's
in the
massive.
world.
That's massive. Let's pick this call
Hello?
again. Good evening.
Hello.
What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ogutipe.
Welcome on the show.
From
Mero.
Mero.
Welcome on the show, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, can we know the position of the land behind the Mero Model College at Mero?
Okay. The land around Mero, behind the Mero Model College, we want to know the position. Okay, this is beautiful. To know the position of most of this, I guess Professor Man, I want to say something. You know, it's easy. All you need to do is still get to know the status. You need to chart the status of that land.
For you to know the status of a particular land, number one thing you need to do is, for me, what I do is, I take my surveyor there.
Because it's their job.
He or she picks the coordinates.
Coordinate on the land.
And then from the coordinate of the land, we'll get to know, go back to the land and
Input it in a system, confirm
just
this.
to confirm and say, okay, then they will be the one to confirm the status of the land.
That's true. That's true.
Except if the land you want to confirm already has a title. And from the title, we can always confirm.
Easily, that's true. So if the land you want to confirm already has a title, that's easy to know. But if it does not have a title already and you want to confirm the status because you're hearing one thing or the other before, this man, the Mr. will call, I'm sure one information or the other, they are privy to. Exactly. Keep calling. We'll just pick one more call before we round up on the show. So you need to know, get a surveyor to pick the coordinate of, if you own the land, just get a surveyor to pick the coordinate of that land for you and confirm the status. If not, you can call the number I'm going to release now. We can as well help you. We have registered surveyor on the team that can help you confirm the status of that land, and at a cost though, but something small, because that's what Jordan FM is for. We help people achieve the best they want to achieve in the industry. All right, you can call 08051 9497 92 08051 9497 92, or you can call 070 803 84939 070 803 84939. We have properties at Ekpe at different level depending on what you want. Right now we have property selling for 10 million naira at Ekpe for a full plot property of 20.
We have 500 square meters selling for 50 million naira.
That's massive.
We are very close to the airport.
We have the Simi, we have that, we have Ora, we have I know, of course.
So we have 300 square meters for 30 million naira.
That's massive. Right there at Ekpe. So you know the development in Ekpe
yes.
now.
So, and of course, you know the kind of estate, what is there is not the usual thing you see. And of course, I'm mentioning commercial.
Technology
for those who want to position yourself.
But right now, Great City is something else. Selling.
It's still selling at the promo price.
1.2. That's massive right now.
So if you are still thinking, don't think further. Just make
put your investment right there and make your money.
And invest now, because in the next 6 months it won't be going for that price.
All right, that's massive in the next 6 months. Okay. By January, February, I'm so sure because people know property madam 40.
People will say,
property madam like to increase.
Increasing price. I'm not the one increasing price. No.
It is what the development speaks right here.
Yes.
All right. You want to buy properties. You want to buy properties around Ekpe. You want to buy at Kola Command, Alagbado. You want to buy at Abule Egba. You want to buy at Ogbayo. You want to buy at Joke Ayo. You want to buy Ekoro Road. You want to buy properties on the mainland, on the island in Bejuleki. We know the properties that are not under acquisition at Bejuleki that you will get, and we have properties, good properties at Aja. You want to buy properties, or you have properties already that you know you've not done. You've not perfected the documentation and you want to do that right away. I am rounding up already and I'm being chased out of the studio this evening. All right, all you need to do, reach out to us. I want to perfect my documentation. I have a property. All I have is a receipt. It's not a title documentation. Property madam just told you so much about title documentation this evening. You can reach out to us. I want to do a survey. Reach out to us. We have surveyors that can help you make this happen without stress. All right, I'll give you the number you can call now. Don't call this studio line again as you're calling. You can call 08051949792. You want to buy the property at Great City at Ekpe right now, just for 1.2 million. You can get a plot for yourself right there at Ekpe. Massive project, I must let you know. 08051949792, or you can call 070 803-84939 070-803-84939. Those are the numbers you can call right now and someone will talk to you. Or you can send a message to me, say I want to become a member of the cooperative as well, so I can get to earn more on the projects of the cooperative. Call this number right away on 08051 949792 070-803-8493. Now your last word as we just round up on the show today.
All right, it is important for you to get the title document of all your properties. And of course, like Sister Didi already told us, we have so many properties with good title. Usually the one at a caller that is selling presently for 10 million naira. For those who can buy between now and the end of November. The layout is ready, the survey is ready. You buy and build immediately. So people need to just, for those who are also looking at registering their property, please go ahead and call those numbers and get your land.
All right, it's been an amazing episode of the Real Estate Revolution show today, and the producer of this show, this beautiful evening, still able to say, thank you for this wonderful evening. God bless you. We'll see you next week again, God's willing. Bye for now. Wait, wow, but you want to phone 5 minutes extra.
Razaki Adija.